Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Austin, Walter, Karen, and David.
What's up? What's up, everyone?
How's it going?
Hey.
I'm doing good. My first question for all of you is, have you ever watched Super Sentai before?
No.
I saw like a little bit when they brought us on. They showed us a little bit of it just so we could understand where the show came from, but they put us to work. We didn't have any time to watch it. We didn't even watch our episodes that much.
Yeah, I've seen very little of them, but I understand a lot of fans love them. I mean, it's where it originated from, so yeah.
I only saw 2 episodes, but it was good.
2 episodes.
Yep.
The scenes of you guys training in the rec centers were amazing. I'm just curious, what kind of physical training did you guys have going into it, be it martial arts, dance, whatever you guys did?
Well, I studied Ishinru as a kid. I was a Michigan State Pee Wee State champion. Woohoo, yeah.
Woo!
And I hadn't really trained since then until I got to Rangers. And so I was a little rusty. I had to brush up, but I did train, had trained martial arts and gymnastics. I learned in the streets, and then dancing was just something that I've always done. I loved, and putting them all together was quite an experience.
Yeah, as far as I go, I'd been in the arts since I was itty bitty, and I was just around amazingly talented people at every level. And it was really easy to get together with other talented people and put together something that looked amazing. And it was almost effortless, not because we were so good, but because each of us had something so cool and unique to bring to make the whole thing cool. So it was, if it looked easy, it's because everybody had so much talent, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I was a dancer, so luckily for me, in the audition, they did ask when I came back to audition for producers to throw in some kicks and punches. Luckily, I could do that. And like you said, we had such a great team of stunt people and like people who helped us coordinate our fights. So when we fought, they actually made us look really good. So.
Yeah, and I was just a competitive gymnast most of my young life, so that's what helped me get my role on Power Rangers.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I remember you from yesterday. What's up, buddy?
This one's mostly aimed at Karen, kind of. Were you guys aware at the time then that Zyuranger Yellow was male, and how did you guys feel about the changes made to the American version?
Oh, if I didn't know, they wrote me plenty of letters. But no, I did. I knew that they were that the original character was a male, but I thought it was great. I thought it was very smart for Saban to make Yellow into a female because I think it worked out. All the girls kind of had somebody, you know, it was like I always say the sassy girls were the yellow girls and the girly girls were the pink girl. So it was, you know, we all had somebody to identify with.
I think she just likes to say sassy.
I'm sassy.
Thank you very much.
I do.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Austin, Zach, Karen, Billy. What's up? One question for all of you. And the new MMPR reboot, who would you want to play you? As in what actor?
Beyonce to play me, please.
All right, true.
Beyonce would love to be the Yellow Ranger. Write her a letter.
How am I supposed to follow that up?
We
I want
want to play
Shakira.
ourselves. We want to play ourselves. They need to find like different colors, and we can be ourselves in the new movie. How about that? You would want us to be us.
That would be awesome.
There are a lot of colors in the rainbow.
I don't know who I would choose to play me. I mean, she got Beyonce. I guess I could take Shakira or Justin Timberlake or something. I don't know.
Justin Timberlake will be Austin. We'll make Idris Elba Walter. And who could be you? It'd have to be somebody pretty hot and tempting.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto! Oh my God!
Thank you.
I was thinking Bono from
I started
U2.
screaming.
Of course, they are supposed to be teenagers, though, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to be younger.
That's why we're going to play ourselves in the new movie.
Right.
Yeah, I'll shave. I can do
You
that.
have Orange Ranger and Fuchsia Ranger and yeah.
I had a Purple Ranger show up in my line yesterday.
Hey guys, I think this feeling is really awesome. Thank you for being here. My question is more of a, I just want to know your opinion. With the whole reboot of the, the new Power Ranger movie, would you guys like it to be as campy as the show was or more darker? I just want to know which would you prefer?
I would love to see like a Transformer version of Power Rangers. So a little
Me
bit
too.
darker.
Yeah, like Transformers meets Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready for a little hardcore.
Tyrese.
Tyrese can be you.
Hey guys, same sentiment. This is awesome. You guys are icons and just mind blown with you guys up here. So, so on the same lines of the reboot or the 2014 version, if you could pick your favorite musician or band to update the theme song, who would it be?
Beyonce? No, I don't think she'd be good at that one.
We heard a good one out here, Ludacris.
Ludacris, yeah.
There should be a rap version of
like
it.
a rap version.
Yeah, okay. Ludicrous.
You know what? I really enjoyed the Red Hot Chili Peppers this year at the Super Bowl. I think they should remake, even though, they're an older group. I think they would be hot.
Okay. Go that way.
I think I'm kind of torn. Like, I think one band, it doesn't quite cover it because the bass is so huge. So I think it needs to be like a smash up, like a 10-minute long version of like Maroon 5 and Jay-Z and some electronic, and I mean, it just needs to...
That actually is a fantastic idea. Every time in the movie it comes up again, there's like a slow version by Celine Dion, and there's a punk version by Newfound Glory, and just whatever the mood of the scene is, another band plays the same song.
But I don't want to cry, so we can't have Celine Dion in there. It's Morphin time. Oh my God.
That's when like Zordon or somebody dies, and then Celine Dion would sing the
Yeah.
version.
Or a romance. She does romance.
Hello, I'm Juan. I'm
So
glad-
what?
I just want to, I have a question, but I just want to thank you guys for coming because it means a lot to me, and I know to a lot of other people. You guys make time out of your day to come out, you know what I'm saying? We love you guys, we support you. Walter, I loved you in Space Cases. Brink, you know what I'm saying? You're the reason why I started skating. The question is for Austin, this is kind of profound. That's the type of person I am. But when you left, I know that you talk about how you like to root for the underdog and you like to be that person who leads rather than like conforms to whatever's going around for you. Would you like just give us just some motivation, because I understand it's hard out there in this world. We're all trying to do stuff in our lives and we're all trying to become something. And it's very easy just to get settled for the 9-to-5 job or for whatever is out there. So just lay some wisdom on us, brother.
Oh, hell. Well, I'm no great orator. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'll tell you, don't let anybody else define who you are. Be your own keeper. And, something I came up with maybe a week or so ago with some other incredibly smart people. I believe the legend lives in you. And it's not there for anybody else to describe or define. So be who you're going to be, and be a gentleman about it, or a lady about it. Doesn't give you the right to stomp on other people, but do what you know is right. If it feels right, it probably is. And be your own legend. Make your own myth,
I like that.
Good job.
All right, so my sister and I, we're fans of you from international, originally from Ecuador. But I was wondering, because I know a lot of you are working the con circuit, but how have you guys gone to other countries and done Power Ranger meet and greets? How's your experience with the international fan base?
It's been pretty incredible. I mean, the show was in 40 countries around the world, so I've greeted fans in Africa and Dominican Republic.
Shyla, go meet your parents.
They're lost.
I'm like, that doesn't sound like Zordon.
My communicator didn't go off.
That was so weird. But Africa, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Australia, different places, yeah.
I can tell you that I've looked a lot into. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave. I've had my agent and some folks look a lot into Brazil and Venezuela, Puerto Rico, a lot of places. I love the Latino culture, you know, and I speak just enough Spanish to sound like I know what I'm doing, but not really. I just get into trouble. And I could tell you I'd love to get down there, but it is complicated. Like some of these places, like Brazil out of Sao Paulo, we've had a lot of emails, a lot of discussion. They talk about all this hype, and then people just stop talking. And so it's something I'm looking at with my management team. I'd love to get out there. I would love to get out there. And I know we have talks about Australia, and I think these guys are going to London at some point. I think they've been before. I'm kind of catching up with all the famous people because I've been gone for so long.
Thank you. Awesome.
You're welcome.
And I can also, if you want to pass on to your friends in Ecuador, this convention, this monster convention, started 8 years ago with 4 dudes from a comic book store. And it just grew. So
Tell them.
in your hometown, in your home country, just start a con.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up, big dog?
What up?
I love you guys.
We love you.
David, a request. Could you please tell Amy that we love her and we wish she could be here?
Of course.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We really would love to see her. So could you give that message to her? But I have a question for Austin, Walter, and David. I know too many people never asked you guys this question, but how was it working with Tweety? May she rest in peace.
Tweety was awesome. She was amazing. You know, she's missed by all of us. I mean, she was our friend as well as our co-star. And I just, anytime I think about her, I just think about how sweet she was and how funny she was. And just, you know, she had a softness to her that was amazing.
There you go.
Well said.
How y'all doing?
Good, man.
That's very loud. All right, mine's more of a request than anything, and I know you probably have been asking for this type of request at other conventions and stuff, but is there a way we can relive our childhood and maybe y'all give us a morph?
I'll tell you what. We closed with that last time with Austin.
I think that's a good idea. Last time, yesterday, we all set up on the stage here, and I had the entire crowd stand up and hit a "It's Morphin' Time" with the camera guy shooting it. And we're looking to get those photos, and I'm going to put them up on mine. I would love to do it with you guys, and we can put it up on all our pages. And then
so nobody leave until the end of the panel.
What's that
We
guy's
need
name?
you.
What?
What's his name?
What's your name?
Bobby.
All right, Bobby. Thank you.
Look out, he's going to remember
You're
you
on-
now.
you're on my shit
I've seen
list.
him
You're
do
on
it.
his list,
You're on my
Bobby.
list, Bobby.
You're on his
Bobby,
list.
Bobby, oh boy.
Bobby, you can come down to the front row for the morph, since it was your idea.
Yeah, you come down, Bobby. You're going to lead it.
Hi. I just want to reiterate what that guy said before, that we thank you so much for coming. It means so much to us. You guys mean a lot to a lot of people. We're all super happy to see you and happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
My question is for all of you. I know everyone that comes to these things and meet people like you that they've, known since their childhood. We're always like, oh my God, like starstruck and everything. Is there anybody that any of you guys have met that you ever had that reaction, like, oh my God, it's you, or you know what I mean, like that?
Yeah, that happens a lot at these cons. I admire a lot of the actors that are here as well. Like I'm a fan of Game of Thrones. I'm a fan of Walking Dead. I have to say the one person that I really had a chance to meet, and the experience was Jim Kelly from Enter the Dragon. He came to my table, and he looked at one of my photos. He's like, "That's a nice sidekick." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. You're a martial artist?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a master." And I was like, "Oh really? Well, what's your name?" He said, "Kelly, Jim Kelly." And I went, "Oh my God, oh my God, hey!" So it was a pleasure to get to know him and meet him. And I did a couple of cons with him. Unfortunately, he's passed away last year. But I was so happy to have met him and to made a relationship with him. It was very cool.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like amazing seeing the people that are here and then getting to meet like all the people who did the voiceovers for like so many cartoons that I was like addicted to. But yesterday I had the pleasure of interviewing Miss Nichelle Nichols. Yeah, right? She's an absolute legend. So you guys will be able to see that on Uncensored Talk really soon. But she's amazing. Like just talking to her, getting to know her and all the history, Hollywood history that's there. It was pretty fascinating.
And since it always happens with you guys, somebody comes up here to ask a question, they get very flustered and very scared. Just understand, the same thing happens to them when they meet a legend. All right, you got another question?
I was like, what about Austin and David? What about you?
Same question. Have you met a celebrity at a con that really impressed you?
Well, I live at a con. I mean, yeah, I admire all the actors that come here, but I live in Los Angeles, and actors are a dime a dozen. And I see him all the time at Starbucks. Like, I just saw Tim Allen at Starbucks the other day. I saw BJ Novak at Starbucks the other day. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that I respect and admire, and I see them, and I kind of hide out when I see them. But I try to take the initiative a lot of times and go say hi.
I think I agree with Dave. There's not a whole lot in the actor world that wows me. I have respect for a lot of them. But, I'll tell you at a convention, the people that wow me are the parents that I see coming to bring their children to come see me at the table for the second time. And that, like, moms and dads, you guys rock. That is cool.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are the reason why the show has kept going, because not only did it stop with you and now you're an adult, but your kids are watching it now, and it's going to go on forever. So thank you.
Try not to hate me, man. It's not my fault.
Yeah, if they fight each other, we didn't do it.
How you guys doing today?
Good. All right, man.
All right. I got in line with no real question prepared, and I jumped into a group chat with all my friends to figure out what to ask you guys. And the only thing we could come up with was, who are you guys going for in the World Cup?
Who are you what?
Who are you rooting for in the World Cup?
USA, man.
USA!
USA's
they
been
lost.
eliminated.
Dang it.
That's all right. I'm still rooting for the USA.
Right. I'm never gonna
I don't drop my team just because they didn't go all the way.
I'm a Cowboy fan. I know how to keep rooting for them even though
Yeah,
they lose.
that's right.
All right.
How you doing?
What's up?
Good.
In doing the show, what was your favorite part all along with working with each other through the years? What was the best part about it?
There's too many times. I mean, I had so many great times. I don't know which one was the best. It was just good people, good times, a lot of work.
Good to be a good working actor. That always helps. Get paid to do what you love to do. And we just always had a good camaraderie together. So we went through a lot together in front of the camera and behind the camera. So it's like we're family.
Yeah, getting to know your cast, those were the good times. And then for me, getting to know people who came before me that I really respected. So I mean, it's an honor to be a part of the family.
I would say that the camaraderie, the growth that we have together. I mean, it's amazing to be part of an experience and to be able to share it with some people. Like, we all know we have a common feeling, but one of the things that I love most is how easy it is to make people happy. I mean, you guys are fans and have been fans since you were kids, and there's been lots of times where, I mean, you guys tell us stories. One of the guys told me a story today, man, it just blew my mind, and the fact that we bring any positivity to your life or the life of anyone is just, that makes me so happy. That's one of the things I love about it.
I don't think you guys realize how much joy you bring to us. You know, you tell us about how much joy we all brought to you. I don't think you understand how much joy you bring us when we see the smiles on your faces, when we see your eyes light up, especially those of you that I've seen come back to me now after 20 years with that Polaroid going, remember this? And I'm like, oh, my God. So it's mutual, man. There's much love here.
My thing was, especially with Walter Jones, I remember I told you at the table earlier that I remember at 3 o'clock in the morning I was watching Brink, and I'm like, I'm not going to bed. I have to watch this simply because you were in it.
That's awesome. For those of you guys that don't know, I did a movie, a Disney movie about rollerbladers, soul skaters, called Brink. It's a very popular movie. I played the character Boomer in that film, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's kind of cool.
Hi guys. I have a question about the movie, not the new movie, more I guess for Karen and David. Zordon was white in the movie. Why? Did they tell you that they were doing that? They're like, oh, he's been blue forever. He's older now. Let's make him white. What?
Movie magic. I have no idea. I think that was just.
They just
made him white.
I think he's always been white, to tell you the truth. It's just in the tube. The tube makes him look blue.
Yeah.
So when the crystal breaks, we see his true color.
I'll
His
give you
true
that's
colors
a good.
come
yeah.
shining through.
Okay, that's great answer. Thank you.
That's deep, man.
You're
That's
welcome.
deep.
First off, it's like just an honor to be able to see you guys. Austin, yes, I spent so much time as a kid like running around my living room and stuff. Like, yeah, you're my favorite Ranger, dude. You rock.
Thank you, brother.
Y'all are all cool though.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Go Cowboys. I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
All right. But my question for y'all would be, when you had the movie with Ooze coming from outer space and all, and they dug him up, did y'all kind of know Power Rangers was gonna, like, y'all's era was gonna kind of come to a close with that? Like, what were your feelings towards that, and like, what'd y'all think when you heard that there was gonna be a movie?
It was really exciting. It was like, we're gonna do a film? Wow. You know, I mean, we were told we're gonna have new costumes and everything else. Now, we didn't actually, Austin and I didn't do the film, but we were all excited about doing the film, and I just wish it would have gone Union. That way we would have been all in it, you know?
Oh, so they missed out on you because they went cheap.
What's that?
The producers went cheap, and they didn't
They
include.
stayed cheap. They never went
Yeah,
cheap.
it's-
They stayed cheap.
They were born
They
cheap.
were born cheap.
Hello again.
Hey.
How's it going? My second question is, have you ever thought about doing a costume photo ops, like you as the Power Rangers doing photo ops for the people here in Miami, Florida, or all over the world?
I've thought about it.
Well, you missed the best part. Right after he lost the mic, he said, "I would pay money for that."
I've thought about it.
I'm also considering it.
I've thought about it.
I've thought about it and won't do it. Sorry.
Yeah, there's some things. I mean, like, there's some things that just gotta go. You know what I mean? So yeah, I could train for a little bit and get back into it, but there's just something not too sexy about a 40-year-old man, even in great shape, in spandex. Like, it's just, come on, man. Time to move on. Yeah, that's my opinion. I mean, except maybe like Superman. You know, that's just my opinion.
Superman's supposed to look a little bit older. He wasn't a teenager.
Right.
You know, so that's cool. All right.
It was an honor to meet all of you. Austin, you're my hero when I was a kid. But
Thanks, brother.
I just wanted to ask, like, you have like Spider-Man, Batman. They have like 60, 80 years of mythology. But like with you guys are the mythology. So like, what does that mean to you guys? Like 20, 30 years from down the road, it will still be like Jason, Zach, Aisha, Billy. People are still gonna know you guys by like the originals. So like, what's that mean to you?
It's hard for me to even comprehend. I mean, that's I'm beginning to see how big it still is, and
Who is this lady?
Well,
Somebody find her for me.
to be fair, usually if we get a call like that, it's a lost child and a fairly small one.
Oh, that's scary.
So that's why it's not like your ride's here to pick you up. You know, as a matter of fact, usually what happens is they come up here and we have lost parent reports because we found the crying child. We don't know where the parent is. So going back to his question, first off, just to give everybody a quick time frame, about how many years has it been for you guys since the series?
I think from the start it's been about 21.
21, yeah.
All right, so we'll round it off to 20. So first, you kind of touched on this earlier. You're amazed that 20 years later, there's still this much interest in it.
Yeah.
Have you entertained the possibility that 20 years from now, you may still be like in a Star Trek mythos? You could be Nichelle Nichols at some point.
Oh my God. That's, you know what? At meeting everybody and seeing the look in their eyes, it makes us believe that that is possible. And I honestly am so humbled and so blessed to be a part of something that was so much bigger than I could even imagine. So, I mean, it's really the fans that, you know, you guys take that in because you made that happen. You know, seriously, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because, 20 years, we're seeing generations now. I mean, the fact that there are now, our fans now have kids who they're telling their kids, no, that's not the cast. You got to see this.
Mighty
right?
Morphin or nothing.
Let me show you Mighty Morphin, right? And they go back and now their kids are starting from the beginning and going through the entire series and also fans. It's pretty incredible.
I don't care how many Star Treks they make, and there'll be more Star Treks.
Right.
You guys are still Bones, McCoy, and Kirk, and
Wait,
always will be.
Which one's which? I'm just kidding. Am I Bones?
What?
It was a joke.
Nichelle Nichols.
So you'd be a Uhura?
I think you're
What was
Kirk.
his name?
Am I Kirk?
You're Kirk. You're the
Rohan.
captain.
Rohan. Okay, not Roshan. Rohan. Your brother's Roshan, right?
Yeah.
Yep, Rohan.
See, not only are you familiar with the Rangers, they remember you.
Yeah.
All right. My question's actually a little deep, but before I begin, I want you to know something. My family, there's 7 siblings, and we would all crowd around the TV and watch you. And every Halloween for like a good 6 years, we were one of you. It didn't matter which one. We were one of you because you were our idols. You know, we did everything we could to be like you guys and keep up to your morals that you taught in the show. So the question that I have for you is, what was your most memorable moment in the show and outside of it as well?
Again, I mean, I hate to go back to it, but it's, you know, becoming friends with everybody. You know, we'd spent more time with each other than we spent with our family. So for me, I have lifelong friendships because of the show. You know, I'm super close to everybody. And it's like, sometimes I don't see people for years. And when we see each other, we just pick up from where we left off. It's the craziest feeling, you know? But in the show, I think for me, it was like going to Australia, shooting the movie. That was super exciting. And just being a part of that whole machine, it was unlike anything you could ever dream of, you know. And like the costumes were bigger, the sets were bigger, it was better. I mean, it was just, everything was amazing.
I would say some of the most exciting parts of the show for me were doing the fights. I loved that. That was so fun to me. I thought, you know, I mean, we were working with some amazing stuntmen and like Austin and JDF and myself, and we would do the fights that you saw us put together. We didn't have a lot of time to do, so sometimes it was like we had 15 minutes, a half hour, and it was like a quick rehearsal. Let's do this, and then we would do it. And the fact that we would pull it off and make it look so good was really exciting to me. It was awesome. It was like a miracle that we did it and we locked it out, you know. And so in the show, that was probably one of my favorite things to do, was do the fight choreography. And then, of course, Zach was hip-hop keto, so I had to create dancing with the hip-hop and the martial arts and gymnastics. And it was really challenging, and it was a lot of fun. Outside of the show, I would just say my favorite part is just meeting you guys and hearing the stories and just feeling so good about the fact that we were positive in your life.
Thank you.
Hi, how's it going? I just gotta say it's a real honor to see you all here at once, and as you can see, when I'm in front of people I idolize, I turn into a nervous wreck.
It's an honor to kind of see you.
I'm sorry, I prefer the mask that covers my entire face. Oh boy.
Do what you gotta do, buddy.
Thank you, Mr. St. John. sir. Yeah, yes. Do you guys have a favorite monster from the show or Megazord? Gold Ranger is always awesome.
I say that I was always a fan of the putties.
I kind of dug them too, man. That was like, the original series. I mean, putties were everywhere, and they kind of morphed through time, and then they became, I don't even know.
They had personality,
Some of them did.
Some of them were goofy. Some of them were like.
I could tell who was behind each mask just based on how they were moving. So when we say they had their own personalities, they really did. I'm like, oh, here comes Eric. Look out.
The stunt guys definitely got into it. I'm old school. I love Goldar. I love Rita. I love Lord Zed. Like, those are my favorites.
Yeah, and I just, on my Twitter and on my Facebook page, I just did a Throwback Thursday of, like, what it was like to go to set every day, and all of our monsters were lined up against the walls. So it was really neat to listen to all the fans put in their opinion about what monsters were their favorites. I had just forgotten about so many. So I did 200 episodes, so there was a lot of favorite monsters for me, but I do like Lord Zed and Pudgy Pig. That was a good one.
Eye Guy was kind of weird too, though. He had eyes everywhere.
I have an interesting question. If you had the choice, where would you find your characters 20 years later after your last episode? What would their lives be like right now if you had all the choices and Saban went completely nuts?
My character Billy would be traveling the universe. He would have married somebody from Aquitar, which is a half fish person. So his children would be sort of fish-like. So I'd be curious to see what he's up to.
You've thought about that, haven't you?
I feel like that's a whole backstory. Wow. Well, last I checked, Aisha's still stuck in Africa. No, she would be just traveling the world. She would have married, from what I hear on YouTube, she married Adam. And, we're in love. And then she married Rocky, and we're in love. And she's just, that kind of girl. You know what I'm saying? She's sassy. That's what we're going to call her, sassy.
Sassy. I think Zach would probably be a peace ambassador that travels around the world, bringing peace to people. I guess I'm probably still at the peace treaty.
I'd probably be, like, during the day at the peace treaty, working with Zach. I got the suit on. What up? Yeah. Hey, Switzerland, you're cool. This country, you suck. Just get your business straight, put away the tanks and the guns. But by night, I think I'd probably pull the vigilante style. I'd be strapping up a sword and kicking some ass.
See, I think...
You're sassy.
I think you just wrote the opening scene of the next movie. It'd be each of them in their own little worlds, and then, like, Billy would find some intergalactic problem and get the band back together. We have to pick each one up in their country. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, write the producers. Write them.
All right, I'm back. This is like the last question. Like, since the new MMPR, they're trying to find a Zordon. Would you like Liam Neeson to be Zordon? Like, he just recruits you all? Because that's what everyone wants. They just want Liam Neeson to be like, all right, Rangers, let's do this.
What if I shaved my head, my beard, and then I was in the tube?
That would be crazy awesome.
Rangers,
Oh,
we need you at the center now.
that's perfect. That's perfect.
Hi, my name is Anthony, and I just want to say I am the biggest Power Rangers fan. Thank you. Somebody stole my question about what your characters will be doing 20 years from now, so I'm just gonna say what else that I was gonna say. I'm really appreciative of you guys with the no hate sort of program. Really respecting and treating people correctly with their whole homosexual, asexual, bisexuality. So I think that's really respectful, and it shows a lot of character from you guys, not just as actors and actresses, but as real life human beings who treat others well. And I have a lot of best friends that are fans of the show, but hearing some of yours, David, some of your background on the show, and it just really hurts me inside hearing some of the stuff that happened to you. So I really feel proud of you guys that you overcame some of that stuff, and that you really show people what it is to be a hero. and that means a lot to me and to everyone who's a Power Ranger fan. So thank you.
Love is love. Love is love.
So this is actually kind of a confession for Austin and David. When I was a little girl and the show just came out, you guys were my very first crush of all time. So it was a small confession.
Thank you.
At the same time?
At the
I'm just saying, you see where that's going, right?
I was a confused little girl. But then when, Tommy came on the show, it was all over.
You're like my character hopping around. It's crazy.
But actually, this is a story, and I wanted to know how you guys felt about the situations. My nephew, who is actually mentally and emotionally disabled, he would not go to bed any night when I was a little older, and he had to go to bed watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, and he had to go to bed wearing his Blue Ranger pajamas. He still has them, and he's 13 years old. How do you guys deal with knowing these emotionally disabled kids, even autistic and such? How do you guys feel of them looking up to you?
Honestly, it's extremely humbling. And, we hear so many stories like that. And when I got the show, I never in a million years would have thought that we would have the impact on children that we do. So I'm honored and humbled that we help people without even knowing that we're helping them. So it's just great to know that people find something in our television show, find something in our characters that they can relate to, that makes them feel good about themselves, that gives them hope and gives them inspiration. So it's an honor. It's your nephew?
Mm-hmm.
Tell him I said hi.
I will.
Give him a hug for me.
I will.
Thank you.
Hey guys, you guys were my heroes growing up. I mean, it's an honor to meet all of you. My question is, what's the craziest stunt that any of you have ever done during the show?
Craziest what?
Stunt.
Mine would have been in the movie. Like they had one of the birds hooked up to a couple wires, and I had to hit a trampoline and do a flip over the bird as it flew towards me. And what you don't see is that there's a rock, like this huge rock, that I had to even stop before. If I didn't stop, I would have smashed into it. So trampoline, flip, and then stop before I hit a rock.
I saw that. That was amazing.
So it's pretty intense. It was fun.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hello again. I've got a fun one, hopefully fun one for David. There was an episode early on where Rita made an evil clone of Billy. You might remember that. How did you feel about having to be like a nasty, evil character for a while, and what was the sort of...
Well, that's what I'm like in real life, so that was really easy. I'm kind of a bitch, so,
No comment.
Sour Patch Kid.
No, it was fun. So, I mean, I always enjoyed the episodes where I got to play a little bit different than Billy, because Billy obviously was uber intellectual and really smart. So when I got to do Power Ranger Punks with Amy Jo, or when Amy Jo and I did Switching Places and I got to play Amy Jo, and a character like that, playing the evil side of Billy, that was, it was always fun because it gave me a little bit something different to do.
Okay. Hello, guys. I grew up watching your show, and I just wanted to say it's a privilege for me to speak to you in person. And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at you, and I'm wondering if any of you have aged in the last 20 years, because y'all look
the
exactly the
pictures?
same. Yeah, my question is, okay, we all remember the Green with Evil thing where Tommy kept trying to kill Jason. How was it for Jason to try and kill Tommy in Turbo? When you're holding him by the throat?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there was intent on murder there, but were the police watching? I hope not. I think the entire scene was a lot of fun. I got to be evil, and I had a David Yost moment, and as he puts it, and I got to not be my stereotypical good guy. So I enjoyed the scene. I think it was one of the apex of probably the climax area for the antagonism between red and green. And I think the crowd ate it up. We both had fun doing it. I think it was awesome. We had a good time.
Good.
Hey, my name's Chris. I just had a question for Karen. You did a movie called Devin's Ghost. Are you planning on doing any other movies with any other Power Rangers in them?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm going to talk these guys into being in something someday.
Okay.
No, I mean, you know what? I would love to. I would absolutely love. I love working with them. I love working with all of the Power Ranger family. So we'll see.
Awesome. Thanks.
But that leads me into one of my favorite questions. Do you have any other projects you want to plug or charities you feel, or a movie you might have done last year that we should all check out Netflix?
I've been doing a lot of voiceover work on different films, and some of them are coming up soon. Annie with the starring Jamie Foxx, and
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And
So where are we supposed to listen for you in there?
Well, yeah, I did looping, so you're gonna find me in some of the different scenes, some of the specific characters, but they're nameless to me, as well as the new James Brown movie, Get On Up. So look for that.
Yeah, I have a web series coming out in September. It's called Uncensored Reality. So it will be coming to a web browser near you, and you can find it on www.uncensoredrealitytv.com. And we have Uncensored Talk. I just did a wonderful show, if you haven't seen it, with these guys, with Austin St. John, and then these guys crashed the party, which was so amazing. You can watch that on YouTube, and then I did one with Nichelle Nichols that's coming out soon, and also the Women of Power Rangers. That one will be out in about 2 weeks, so check that out. You can find me on Facebook, official Karan Ashley, Twitter, Instagram, all that.
I'm good. I mean, if you...
I'm looking at your resume right now, and I got a movie from 2012.
From what?
From 2012, Degenerate.
Well,
You played Marcus,
I actually filmed that in 1996.
and it didn't come out till 2012.
Well, no, it came out in 96, but just don't believe everything you read would be my advice. So, yeah, I did that many years ago. But, I mean, I'm more... If you want to check out the charities that I really represent, you can check out the No Hate campaign and check out the Trevor Project, which is an anti-suicide hotline for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered, intersex youth that may be struggling with their sexuality. So if you want to support either of those, I would be very grateful, because your money goes a long way to saving somebody's life.
That's beautiful.
I have a couple of movies in the works that I really can't give details on. Those of you that are on Facebook, if you follow my page, in the next 90 to 120 days, I'll be putting out some announcements about 2 features and probably some documentary type work. And I sat down last night with the team, and we went over some other projects that we're looking to put together as we speak. So I'm about to get very busy, and I've got all these YouTubes and those tubes and these tubes and Twitters. But I hate plugging all that stuff, so if you're down with it, I got flyers at my table. Feel free to stop by, and it's got it all there for you.
And let's remind the crowd again where your tables are at.
Right along
back
the
there.
wall, yeah. So
Right
be
along-
sure and come by and say
They're
hi.
in Celebrity Row, right along the back wall where it's between, look at the column numbers, they're over there by 40 and 39, and down that wall there. 46, there we go.
I'm back.
What up?
This question is for Walter and Karen. How does it feel to be a huge impact on the African American community? Because, I mean, growing up, wow, me and my sisters, we looked up to you guys. And especially my little sister, she used to trip us out because she loved you so much, Karen. And she used to get her hair done just like you. And she used to walk around and say, honey, I'm the Yellow Ranger. Don't mess with me. So how does it feel to be a huge impact?
It's amazing because I get it every time I come to a con, and I'm telling you, you guys give us so much, but when girls come and say, it was amazing seeing someone that looked like me on TV, I mean, you can't, that just blows my mind because I never thought I would be that person, but I got the opportunity to be that, so it's the most amazing part of it, you know, getting to meet people and having people do my hairdos. And so I don't know, I can't even, words can't describe how you feel when someone tells you a story like that they wanted to be sassy Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan originally, so I just feel like a lot of people talk about the whole thing about me being African American and then being the Black Ranger. So
Yeah, I heard,
you know
yeah.
what? The thing about it is, for the African community, the African American community, it was a rise up because then African Americans actually had a face that could even relate to the costume. It was like, so it was awesome. It was awesome.
Me and my best friend, childhood best friend, we used to go outside and just imitate you guys. Like, I used to flip him back like 10 feet in the air, and he'd just land on his foot like, yeah, I'm the Black Ranger.
Yeah.
So that was really fun for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great question.
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm Chris, and I know people sometimes compare you to Super Sentai, but do you ever compare yourself to other 90s shows, like, say, maybe Saved by the Bell? Like, you're like a five-man band. Jason was like the hero, Zach was the rival, Billy was the smart guy, Trini was the strong woman, and Kimberly was the girly girl, and Tommy was the Sixth Ranger. And then there was the replacements, and then Rocky became the new rival, Adam became the strong man, and Aisha became another girly girl, and then Kat was the Sixth Ranger. Do you ever feel like ever compare yourself to other like 90s shows that were going on at the time, like other five-man bands?
No, man. I was my own keeper. I think they were too. I think we drove our own legend, and it grew every day with direction and things that we heard from each of you. So I mean, I met like Soleil Moon Frye and Mario Peebles or Lopez, you know, and they were all really cool people. But it was kind of an awkward moment. Like, hey man, good to meet you. Who are you? And they were doing their thing, we were doing ours. I think there were definitely some epic shows that came out of the 90s where there are a lot of faces that were remembered for a long time. But I think we were all comfortable doing our own thing. At least I was.
Well, I was a fan of you guys when I was a kid, so I just wanted to say thank you for coming here. Thank you for doing what you did, and enjoy Supercon.
Thank you.
Final minute. Speed round.
Hi guys, what's up?
What's up?
Seeing you guys since I was a kid, wow. You guys don't look like age a day. Just want to say something. I even told David this, and all the way you guys inspired me a lot as a kid. You know, you guys. Quick question is, how many times when someone that my age, let's say 26, every one of you guys say, hey, you inspire me to make a program for kids and stuff because I work for parks, so I do an anime club because of you guys. Has any of you guys ever been asked that? Like, oh, you inspired me to do a program for kids or anything like that? To make them grow and understand, hey, years, you got to understand the old times were the best times, new times, got to make it better and have more fun.
I agree.
I do too.
Yep.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that.
All right, sorry guys, this is a final question. We're running out of time.
Don't leave yet. Let's get that photo up. Let's let the world look at us after this question.
Of course, you guys are, the inspiration to everyone here, just like me. But I was wondering, my favorite episode of Power Rangers was the Forever Red episode where all the Red Rangers came together. I was wondering, did you guys ever want a Forever Black, Forever Blue, or something like that?
I think they each deserve their own, man.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3.
It's morphin' time!